My name is Sherie Stark, and I am a member of the Southern California chapter of Elders Climate Action, a national nonprofit group working to make the world a better place for our grandchildren's generation. I'm talking today with Adrian Alvarez, a young YouTube producer who has made a number of videos about climate change, global subjects like the Earth Charter and how to save the monarch butterflies. Welcome, Adrian. Please tell us how you got started making these videos.
It was much like in the beginning, we liked watching a lot of like young YouTubers, like children like us, making like cool experiments or cooking videos or challenges and things like that. So uh, Rebecca, Victoria, and I actually tried to convince our parents to make a YouTube channel, and they actually liked the idea. So that's how we ended up starting everything. But we didn't really start at all, like to help the planet or help make everything peaceful. We actually just started to make just fun challenges on YouTube. And like Rebecca said, yes, after we got in touch with the Earth Charter, that's when we started actually deciding to focus more on these kind of subjects because personally we feel that they're more important and that we need to like start acting on them.
And you do them in 2 languages. How is it that you decided to do that?
Because we are bilingual. My parents come from Venezuela, and they've taught us Spanish at a young age. So we feel that if we can get Spanish audiences and English audiences, we can spread our word even farther than just speaking one language. And since it's easy for us to do both, then we just said, hey, let's do that, and that way more people can hear us.
Oh, that's wonderful. What's been your favorite video subject so far?
And one that is actually gonna stick with me for a while is the Amazon rainforest one, because that one was just my idea, and I heard about the Amazon rainforest that they were burning a couple years ago, and I actually felt like we needed to do something, so that was one of my inspirations. And in the interviews, my mom and I sometimes sit together and we think about who has an interesting story that the world wants to hear that can also inspire them to start helping.
Adrian, do you think kids are listened to enough in our society?
Well, where I live, or like currently in my position, I feel like I'm being heard like pretty well, but I do feel that there are many occasions where children are not listened to because they're too young, or they don't seem like parents just ignore them or adults just ignore them. And that's something that I feel like we really need a change, which I've talked a lot about. It's one of my biggest topics because, yeah, we have a voice too, and we have actually great ideas, but we don't have the tools to implement them. So that's why we need to work together.
Some adults shy away from talking to kids about climate change because they don't want to worry them. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is a bit like in between. Like, don't like tell let's just say a 4-year-old everything that's happening, because they're not gonna understand well, and they won't they're gonna like panic. But what my parents did is slowly they started telling us about things like climate change. Sure, they mentioned it, but it wasn't like as detailed, like slowly to get them understanding the topic, but not to the point where it's like, oh, if we don't solve this in like 20 years, it's gonna be bad. Like, just like slowly, like telling them, like as they grow, as they mature a bit more, you can tell them a bit more until finally you feel that they've matured enough. You can tell them not the negative, not full negative, because if you just tell them negative, then it's gonna be like very like there's no hope. But tell them, yeah, we can do this about it, but this is also happening.
Do you think maybe learning about nature is a good way to talk to children about this topic?
So I feel that like appreciating nature and animals is, yeah, something really important that we need to teach everyone. And it's actually easy to teach to younger kids. Like if a kid's very young, to start teaching them about like caring for nature and caring for animals, because when you're young you don't really know anything. The first things you're taught is probably the first way you're going to react when you see that in the future. So if you teach children younger, then when they grow up they're going to naturally feel like they like nature, they're going to protect it and things like that.
Why do you think so many kids are speaking out about the environment these days?
Maybe they see that other children are doing it, so they're feeling like, oh, if they're doing it, then I don't have to wait to be an adult now. I can do it myself. So I think it's like it. I think it's like a movement that's slowly increasing, and more children are wanting to do something.
Thank you so much, Adrian. That's all we have time for today, but keep up the good work, and we look forward to checking out your 2 YouTube channels, Adrian Chatty Boy and Adrian Alvarez Earth. If you want to find out more about the Elders Climate Action Network and all the great projects we're working on, from texting and calling our legislators to simple things to do around your house, go to eldersclimateaction.org. This same site has links to local chapters for projects targeted specifically to your region. Check us out, come to a meeting, or just browse around our website for ideas. Thanks again.